morning, good afternoon. I'm Lisa Broom with the CBC News Break. A critical piece of legislation could possibly have prevented the collapse of CLICO in Barbados. This view from Hal Gollop, QC, attorney for former CLICO executive Leroy Paris. Mr. Gollop told a press conference that as the parent company, CL Financial in Trinidad had full access to the money earned by the Barbados operation, which at the time was worth millions. The attorney says antitrust legislation would have regulated that relationship.
As it is, a subsidiary can have no independent existence in the absence of antitrust legislation. And that, in my view, has been the major reason for the collapse of CLICO, the Barbados branch of CLICO. It has had to prop up the parent company on a number of occasions, and the evidence can be produced in this regard.
The two Barbadian nationals nabbed in St. Lucia attempting to smuggle cocaine out of that country will know their fate tomorrow. The duo, Richie Bonnet and Maria Shepherd, remain on remand at the Bordelais Correctional Facility. They were held on January 22nd while attempting to board a Liat flight to Barbados with 2.8 kilos of cocaine valued at 84,000 EC dollars. An international entertainment manager has given the thumbs up to the just concluded music summit. Matthew Knowles, best known as manager of Destiny's Child, says the inaugural Caribbean Music Summit gives local artists an excellent opportunity to network and make important connections. He says becoming a good artist starts with having passion.
Are you clear on the genre of music, the type of music? The third thing would be practice, practice, practice. Build that right team around you, which starts with your manager. Also, what makes you unique? What makes you different? See, we don't need another Beyonce or another Rihanna. We need another artist that can be different and bold. And again, it's about not just singing, because everybody thinks it's just about singing. It's about being an entertainer.
And J Pope, one of the principals of Good Music, the label owned by Kanye West, says that local artists would be advised to use all avenues open to promote themselves, especially those available on social media.
And it's one of the things I say repeatedly to any artist is really hone your craft. Because when the opportunity gets there, you have to, if you're not there with a great song and you're not, you don't have the skills, the opportunity is going to pass you. So social media doesn't matter. So you have to have the skills first and foremost, and you have to have a great vehicle to market. And then social media is great, and because you have to expose and you have to market, but all avenues, whether it's social media, whether it's performing live locally, you have to do as much as you can. It's applied pressure.
Meantime, co-founder of the summit, Mark Freezer, says he's pleased with the outcome of the three-day event.
The feedback has been very good. We've had a very good feedback from, first of all, the people that we've brought here from all over the world have really had a fantastic time at the showcases. They thought it was an absolutely great opportunity to see some great artists, really loved all of the artists. And from the people here who are artists and writers, producers, and musicians from Barbados, we've had very good feedback in terms of their ability to connect to some of the people that we brought here and to potentially do new business.
In other news, the Barbados Employers Confederation is now an approved center offering national and Caribbean vocational qualifications. The certification will not be exclusive to its membership, but will be available to the public. Despite national efforts to push the qualifications, Labour Management Advisor at the BEC, Brittany Brathwaite, says a lot of companies are not aware of NVQs or CVQs or their importance.
We need employers to get these things on the advertisement. Let persons know that with these certifications, you can come into the workplace. And outside of what the BEC is offering, we are offering level 2 management. We will offer occupational safety and health, human resources later in the year. But there are also other occupational standards that are available for persons to be trained in. There's food and nutrition, there's customer service, there's metal work. there is a plethora of things, a plethora of competency-based occupational standards that persons can tap into.
Research and Occupational Health and Safety Coordinator Melanie James says the qualifications not only certifies but ensures companies are competent.
Doing this, a lot of our organizations are now trying to open their doors to the general public as well, to say, well, through the BEC, you're going to be able to gain this level of certification, but to a student coming from the University of the West Indies who would have just had the theoretical knowledge, we're now saying that, yes, we were previously saying that you only have the theoretical and we may not want you to be here because we cannot say that you can actually execute the task that you said you have learned on paper. What we're not going to say is that we're going to allow you to come into our workplace by opening with the CBTF Competency-Based Training Fund and saying, well, once you have this theoretical knowledge, we're going to allow you to have that work-based assessment.
And Senior Technical Officer at the TVET Council, Paul Puckering, says the NVQs and CVQs are being embraced not only by the workforce.
The NVQs and CVQs are becoming a part of not only the employers but within the secondary school system. They are getting recognition all across the region because, as you may or may not be aware, the National Qualifications Framework, which is now being revised and revamped, will have a critical component which will feature the positioning of NVQs and CVQs.
We'll take a break now, but when we come back, we'll have news from the region and further afield.
As Prime Minister and as a citizen of Barbados, I cannot afford the luxury of losing confidence in this nation's capacity to recover from its present challenges. I have an implicit faith in the discipline, the stick-to-itiveness, and the patriotism of the people of this country.
Don't miss the address by the Right Honourable Frondell Stewart at the Barbados Chamber of Commerce and Industry's January lunch meeting at the Hilton Barbados this Wednesday at 8 p.m. on CBC TV 8.